We are going on a little road trip to visit the beautiful and historic Savannah, Georgia. Join us as we explore in depth. We will be wandering through the city's iconic squares and streets, indulging in Savannah's renowned culinary scene, exploring the grandeur of Savannah's architecture and classic sites, and we will cap up our visit with a little day trip to soak up the sun at the beautiful Tybee Island. So, let's get on the road. On the way down through Georgia, let's stop in Atlanta at Whole Foods for a quick and easy lunch. We'll spend some more time exploring Atlanta on the way back. This was Memorial Day weekend, so there were even more cops and troopers on the interstate than usual, so it was a lot. And just for fun, here's a quick little glimpse of our very interesting assortment of road trip snacks. I'm just showing. Got a wide assortment of tuna, chomps, and after several hours on the road, we finally arrive in Savannah. We simply find some street parking, and now let's go to this neat little restaurant called Treylor Park. We got the Low Country Boil flatbread and the caprese sandwich, which were both delicious. After dinner, we decided to take a little stroll on the riverfront to enjoy it at night. With the cobbled streets and old buildings, it really felt like we were in a different country. And here are some of Savannah's historically famous and extremely steep sets of stairs. We will now head to our hotel, Spring Hill Suites in Savannah Midtown. I would not recommend. This was one of the cheaper options and out of the downtown area, as prices in Savannah are as steep as their stairs. But still, the price here was too expensive for the quality. Mainly the rooms were overwhelmed with the strongest smell of mold I think I've ever experienced. And you probably can't tell from the video, but the bathroom was falling apart, hence the mold. They did have a decent breakfast though. Anyways, it's now the next morning, so let's head to the meetup spot for our guided walking tour. This tour provided so much historical context about the area that really helped me to even more deeply appreciate the many park squares and old buildings in this city. We also learned a little bit about the unique nature in Savannah, including information about the beautiful Spanish moss and the iconic massive live oaks. We also learn about the relationship between the native chief Tomochichi and his collaboration with James Oglethorpe, who came here to found Georgia. This memorial to Tomochichi is made of a piece of granite that used to be a part of Stone Mountain up near Atlanta. It's no doubt that of all of the original U.S. colonies, Georgia had one of the smoothest relationships with the natives, definitely attributed to the openness and partnership between Tomochichi and Oglethorpe. And here is the iconic Jones Street, which is said to be one of the prettiest streets in America, and I certainly agree. We will come back on our own later to enjoy it again. I don't remember exactly what this house was, but the original owner's wife and daughter had both passed away. In grieving, he had these sad lion statues placed here in their remembrance. And here is the beautiful Cathedral Basilica of St. John the Baptist. We will also return here later to enjoy in detail. And the last spot on our tour is this cemetery. After the tour, we go to grab something to drink at the eclectic Gallery Espresso. The wait is long, but understandably so. Prices here were fantastic, and the beverages were great in variety and quality. I ended up getting an Italian cream soda. I've never had anything like it before, but it was delicious. We enjoy our drinks in the nearby square. Bomber? Yep. And for lunch, we hit Savannah's famous South African sandwich shop, Zunzi's. We got an appetizer of Blitz and Glitz, which were like a smothered mashed potato, and the booty roll sandwich to share. Both were delicious. Now let's go back inside the cathedral. It's absolutely beautiful on the inside as well. And now let's make a return to the charming Jones Street.
So they had awesome Lucia Ball or something like that.
We are just in love with the pops of red, white, and blue on each house here. Well, maybe not all of them. Now let's take a stroll through the lovely Forsyth Park and get a glimpse of that elegant fountain. Let's now take the free trolley back in more towards the center of town.
Hey, don't you say
And let's check out the Paris market to see what all the buzz is about. It's beautiful on the inside, but extremely pricey. Kinda makes me think of an overpriced Parisian-inspired Cracker Barrel store. The macarons were tasty though. At this point, we are just looking to see what's the most wildly priced product. And now let's head over to the Prohibition Museum. We had purchased our tickets ahead of time, and we could go in at any point of the day. This museum was quite interesting. It walked us through the initiation of the Prohibition laws, which I was so surprised to see how many people were actually for them. Next, we go through the depths of the era in which alcohol companies had to change up their product lines, and when people really ramped up on their own illegal production. Here it maybe looks a little bit like Rocky Top. Doctors also had prescribed alcohol for medicinal use.
They prescribe prescription for medical liquor.
Prescription for whiskey. Bottled expressly for medicinal use. And then, of course, we learned about the rise in wealth and power of all of the bootlegging gangsters of the era. The museum ended at a speakeasy, which I thought this door in particular was a little cheesy, but I guess what else were they gonna do?
What do you want? Who sent you? All right. Come on.
I don't know if this was some sort of Prohibition era practice, but the way our bartender made drinks was not great.
I'll take a few more orders, and then I gotta start making drinks.
All right.
Instead of one order at a time, he made them in batches, so we ended up waiting around 12 to 15 minutes for our drink, which was included in the price of the ticket, by the way. Now, I will say the drink itself was actually pretty tasty. And let's head back to the Riverside to enjoy it in the daytime. Just for fun, let's take a ride on the free ferry. It will take us from here, over across the river to the west end, and then back across the river, down a little bit further to another cute, nice area, and then right back to where we start. So essentially, it just makes a triangle. And I believe it completes the full route once every 45 minutes to an hour. So here we are getting out across the river. Not much to do here, but we enjoy the views of the city from a distance. And now we get back on. These are the older ferries I had seen in pictures and was hoping we would get to ride them, but that's okay. We're getting off here at the Waving Girl landing stop. I actually missed it, but I think there's a statue of a waving girl around here. It's now starting to rain a little, so let's go into this cute little rooftop restaurant called Bar Julian and stay dry for a moment. We will get some drinks and this extremely fresh and delicious bread and dip. It is so good. And of course, we have a nice view. This is looking into South Carolina. Now that the rain has passed, let's get back on board the ferry and return to the initial boarding point. Let's make a quick pit stop at the beautiful lobby of the Hyatt Regency to use the restroom real fast. And now let's continue our culinary adventures by going to the extremely popular and famous Leopold's ice cream shop. I knew this was a possibility, but the line here was ridiculously long, and I don't know about you, but we've done so much walking today, I really don't feel like standing in this line. So let's skip it and go directly in just to buy ourselves a pint to share. They have so many flavors to choose from this way too, so let's go with coconut. It is definitely special and I see what all of the hype is about, but I'm very happy that we did not have to wait in that long line, which was for ice cream by the scoop. Oh man, at this point I'm not super hungry, but there are just so many different places to try here in Savannah, so let's grab dinner at the highly acclaimed Collins Quarter. I just got the tuna carpaccio, which was listed under starters, and he got the CQ burger. Like everything else we've had in Savannah, both were delicious. I don't usually indulge so much on trips, but there were just so many food and drink recommendations that we couldn't help ourselves. This is vacation after all. Now let's make our way back to the garage where we parked and head back to our moldy hotel for the night. The next morning. Apple Jacks. After we checked out of the hotel, we head to a boat parts shop from which Kevin likes to order parts. It was a surprise to him to see that they were physical locations that existed. Didn't find much today. And now let's head over to Tybee Island to enjoy a beach day. It's supposed to be about a 30-minute drive, but on this holiday weekend, it took us about an hour to get there. We're getting here at around 10:30 a.m. and we're pretty easily able to find some street parking, but in an hour or so, it will definitely be much more crowded. First, we just walk up and down to check out all of the little beach stores they have here, a classic part of every beach vacation. This makes me think of the SpongeBob movie. This is genuine.
That is my island.
Wow, that's so exciting for you. Now let's check out the pier. Lots of people fishing today. Look at all the jellyfish.
Oh, yeah, a lot of jellyfish in there. That's not good.
I'm not going in the water. Let's go back to the car real quick and we're gonna grab our beach stuff now that we know where we want to sit. Yeah, we totally got here at just the right time, I think.
Yeah,
It's not much, but here's our setup with my Mexican blanket that I got in Cozumel. Not sure how we are possibly hungry, but let's grab some lunch. We ended up going to Rachel's Bites because, well, I am Rachel, so I had to. They had great barbecue here. He got a sandwich and we shared these loaded nachos, and boy were they loaded. After sitting on the beach for a while longer, we're pretty tired and ready to start making our way out soon. It's very hot in here. We're driving back through Savannah. We'll be staying the night in Atlanta. In the next video, we'll have some fun exploring the city a little bit, so make sure you stick around for that.